The Kimberley coastal region of the north of Western Australia is one of the least explored areas on the planet. It's a fusion of burnt red rock, white sands and turquoise waters, and often the best views are from the water itself. This is the charismatic town of Broome, where the outback meets the ocean, and here you can get a memorable water experience as unique as the scenery it takes in.
We are an amphibious operation. So generally we try to fly on the lower tide so that to give people that amphibious feeling of flying on the water and on the tidal flats and over sand dunes and up the beaches. We go past Town Beach, past the old Broome Jetty, and then we go up as far as we can up Dampier Creek and do a little bit of have a little play up there. Riding on the hovercraft is quite an odd sensation for most people because first of all you get up, it just sort of raises up about 600 millimetres, and then as we go down the slope we have to turn immediately, and it's just like trying to manoeuvre a supermarket shopping trolley, you know how they are. And so we slide sideways a lot of the time, but it's a very smooth ride. We've never ever had anybody seasick on our craft, and even if there were some rough seas out there, we'd come in towards the interface between the tidal flats and the water, and where it's all smooth again. So when we get onto the other side of the bay, we'll make a stop there and get out and have a look at some dinosaur footprints. These are not the ones you see around at Gantham Point, which are the triple-toed carnivorous footprints, but these are big, squidgy, elephant-type footprints of the sauropods. And some of these are about 80 tonnes. You know, if you can imagine 20 elephants into one beast, that's a lot of meat and bone.
125 million years ago, a little baby Brachiosaurus dinosaur came for a walk around here, and you can see just where they've been. Back here you've got the rear footprints, one here, which I'm standing in, and another one here, and also the front footprints just up there. One there, and one very clearly marked there. Now these Brachiosaurus dinosaurs, when they were fully grown, they were absolutely enormous. They were about 30 metres long, and they weighed about 80 tonnes, and they couldn't have picked a better place for a stroll.
From there, we'll come back through the bay, and we'll come back and have a look at all the boating and possibly even see some frolicking dolphins and dugongs along the way on the way back.
On some occasions, the remains of the flying boat destroyed in the Second World War can be seen in the bay, and on most sunset trips you can marvel at the famous staircase to the sun across the bay. But whenever you join the tour, it's guaranteed to be one of the most memorable experiences of Western Australia.
The stunning scenery isn't limited to the coast, however. The inland waterways also boast fantastic landscapes and the chance to get close to some of the region's unique wildlife. So I've headed to Kununurra and the famous barbecue boat for another aqueous experience.
When you're on a cruise, you mainly look out for freshwater crocodiles. We can get the occasional salty in the system. I've never actually seen one, but they've seen me. But a lot of bird life, egrets, darters. We've got the comb-crested jacana, also known as the Jesus birds. A lot of fish, and the scenery is just magic, all created by a man-made river system.
There's a bird just over there. What's that?
That's actually a darter bird.
Okay.
It's also known as a snake bird.
He catches snakes. What's he doing? Looks like he's sunbathing.
He's actually drying his wings.
Okay, so he's been in the water. He's been
been down in the
right.
water. He's probably fed, and now he's drying his wings, getting ready for the next catch.
What other wildlife can you see around here?
Look, you'll see there's plenty of wildlife in the form of bird life. Actually, if you look over there in the trees, there's our fruit bat colony. The way they get their drink is they'll fly down to the water, they'll wet their belly,
Really?
fly back up, and they'll lick their bellies. And that's how they actually get their water intake. So
Do they sometimes become crocodile snacks then with that technique?
It's not unusual to see a crocodile launch out of that water and snap them up. So.
Ouch.
But it's as the sun sets over this rich landscape that the evening really comes alive, with some of the most impressive skies to be seen anywhere in the world.
I've been living up here for 17 years, and I've been running these cruises for over 10 years now with my wife Julie. We run 2 boats. And it's just the beauty of the whole area, the colours you get in the rocks, the sky, and the abundant wildlife we have here. It makes it a very special place to come and visit.
All that nature gazing certainly works up an appetite, so time for something to eat. Well, it is the barbecue boat after all.
Thanks, Sandy. Well,
You can't have an Australian trip without enjoying a good Aussie barbecue, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, to soak up some of the best views, wildlife experiences and sunsets, make sure you see some of Western Australia from the water.